I created the attendance policy that destroyed her. 7 years at the company. I'd worked my way up to manager, and I was proud of the system I'd built. Clear rules, no exceptions. Perfect attendance got bonuses. 3 unexcused absences and you're terminated. It was fair. It was consistent. Everyone knew the rules. Then Sarah joined the team. She was quiet, kept to herself, did her work well when she was here. For the first 6 months, she showed up every single day. Perfect record. I actually mentioned her in my quarterly review as an example of dedication. Then she started missing days. The first absence came with a doctor's note. Migraine. Excused. That was fine. The second, a week later, was vague. Personal emergency. She didn't provide documentation. According to my policy, that counted as unexcused. I had to mark it down. I felt bad about it, but rules were rules. By the third absence, she came to my office. She looked terrible. Dark circles. Weight loss. She asked if we could talk about the attendance policy, if there was any flexibility. I explained the policy clearly. Everyone knew it when they were hired. 3 unexcused absences and termination. She had 1 more unexcused day left. What if something happens? She asked quietly. What if I get sick? Get a doctor's note. I said. Then it's excused. No problem. She nodded and left. I thought that was the end of it. 2 weeks later, she missed a day. No call, no message, no documentation, just gone. That was her third unexcused absence. According to my policy, I had to fire her immediately. No exceptions. That was the point of the policy. Consistency, fairness, everyone treated the same way. I called her into my office. She knew why she was there. She sat down and just waited for me to speak. Sarah, you've exceeded the attendance limit. I have to let you go. It's effective immediately. She didn't cry. She didn't argue. She just stared at her hands. I was trying, she said quietly. I really was. I understand. But the policy is clear. Everyone agrees to it. I can't make exceptions. She looked up at me then. Not even 1 more day? The policy doesn't allow for it. Not because you made the policy, she said, but because you enforce it like it's law. Like there's nothing you can do. I felt uncomfortable. That's how policies work. They have to be enforced consistently. Even when consistency hurts people, I didn't answer. I told her to clean out her desk. She did, quietly. By the end of the day, she was gone. 3 weeks later, the company sent a notification about her. A courtesy message. Sarah had been hospitalized. Attempted overdose. She'd been struggling with depression for months. The absence she'd missed was her first therapy appointment. My stomach dropped. I read the message again and again. The dates lined up. That absence she couldn't explain. That was the day she was supposed to see a psychiatrist. The appointment she'd fought to get after months on a waiting list. The company included resources for those struggling with mental health. Mentioned that managers should be aware of warning signs. Compassionate guidance about supporting employees in crisis. I'd fired her the week after she tried to kill herself. I sat at my desk, unable to move. Her words echoed. You enforce it like there's nothing you can do. But there was. I could have given her 1 day. 1 single exception. I could have asked her what was going on. I could have suggested she use FMLA, which I'd never even mentioned to her. I could have said, the policy is the policy, but let's figure this out. Instead, I'd used my authority to enforce a rule that felt more important than her life. I submitted my resignation the next morning. The company tried to talk me out of it, told me I wasn't responsible. Sarah made her choices. The policy was there for everyone. I was just doing my job. But every time I closed my eyes, I saw her sitting in my office, asking for flexibility, and me saying no because the rules wouldn't allow it. As if I didn't make the rules. As if I couldn't bend them. Sarah recovered. I learned that months later from a mutual acquaintance, but I never worked in management again. I couldn't trust myself with that power anymore.